Hello guys, welcome to this week's summary. So before I go into the summary, if you are new to this channel, I say a very big welcome to you. So basically what I do in this channel is document all my trades, my trading ideas. Every morning I do my analysis and I post it online just to have an idea of the reasons why I'm looking to take a trade on the pair that I will be trading that day. So I document all these things online, and I believe it can also be beneficial or helpful to some other people. That's why I document it. And that's just basically what I do. So if you think this kind of content is going to be useful to you, then subscribe to this channel. So without wasting any further time, I'll just go straight into the charts and show you all the opportunities I had this week, all the trades I took, and just hint on the reasons why I took these trades. So over here on pound USD, first of all, on Monday, I did not make my research before trading time to be sure that the day was clear. And on Monday, US had a public holiday. And normally when US has a public holiday, I don't like trading because the market will most likely just be dull throughout that day. But I had not done my research, and I took this trade and it was so slow. So later that day, when I found out that US had a public holiday, I closed that trade at break even, and that day was just there. Then on Tuesday, I expected that the price will continue upwards, being that we had from this place a high, we had a low, then we had higher high, we had higher low, higher high. So I expected the price to make higher low for continuation, and it had. I felt this was the best area for the higher low to come from, and that's the reason why I took this buy trade. But for some reason, pound USD just crashed almost 200 pips for no reason, or for a reason that we don't know. 200 pips. This is very unusual. It doesn't do this. I just crashed 200 pips and spoiled the whole trading day, and I just left the market alone for that day. Then I came back the next day on Wednesday, and being that the price had broken this area of support, I expected that the price will pull back to that area, or at least close to that area, to test it as resistance before continuing lower. That's the reason why I took this all these three sell trades, and three of them were all losses. And meanwhile, the analysis I did that morning, I talked about the possibilities of false signals, and the false signals just came throughout that day, and that's how I lost those three trades that day, and I just let that day go after the three losses. Then on Thursday, since the price was still trading below this area, I expected that the price was going to continue lower, and the price just came, teased me a lot, and ended up giving me two losses. After that two losses on Thursday, I just let the day go, and then I came back on Friday, but I decided not to trade on Friday, being that I've lost Tuesday, I lost three on Wednesday, I lost two on Thursday. So I just left the market alone. It was so bad that I couldn't even win one trade, and pound USD was really bitter for me. But I started talking about gold on Monday too, because I've been trading it for a while, and I've seen that okay, it's been steady, and even more steady than pound USD, because pound USD I typically run for 1 to 3, but on gold I can get up to 1 to 5 using the exact same strategy. It's not like I'm doing anything different on both of them. So while pound USD was dealing with me on one account, gold was making me happy on another account. So I'll just show the trades that I took on gold on the other account. By the way, I was able to pass phase one on the account I was trading gold within this week, and I'm in phase two, and phase two is currently up about 2.6 or 2.7%. So we just go straight to gold and see the trades that I took within this week. So first of all, on gold, it was so clear that we are on an uptrend. Like, it has just been buying. So anything that I would have been wanting to do on this market would have been to buy. Anything that is not buying, I wasn't interested in it. Yeah, even though the market at some point gave me a reason to consider selling, the strength of the bullishness was not just enough for me to actually sell. So I just decided to keep buying. And over here on Monday, remember that I said I had not done my research to be sure that it was clear, and US had a public holiday, and I traded on that day. So I lost the first trade I took. Then the second trade was where I checked and I saw that there was actually a public holiday, and I decided to close with a little bit of loss so that I don't put myself under unnecessary pressure and unnecessary tension. Then this was the trade I took on Tuesday. All I needed was 4 hour, and I got my 4 hour, which crossed my phase one of the account I'm trading gold on. You can see that if I were to be running from 1 to 5, I could have still got 1 to 5 before the end of that day. But all I needed was 1 to 4, and I got 1 to 4. I left the market. On Wednesday, the market gave me a reason to sell, but this was the area that I marked as my area of interest on gold. But the price failed to come into the area. Instead, just made a little bit of pullback and did not come lower than this area. And the price moved from there. And that's how I missed out on this one to four trade. I would have just literally crossed my phase two. Which is fine. It was painful, but it's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. It's gone. It's going just to move on from that. Then on Thursday, when I did my analysis, I talked about the possibility for the price coming into this area. If it comes into this area, that's where I was going to be looking for a reason to sell. But along the line that day, I knew that this bullishness is too much and it's not wise to be trying to sell it. So when the price was down here, I got a reason to buy and I put my stop loss below here and the price moved almost immediately. You can see how close it came to my TP. I was looking for 201 or $202 to cross phase two. This thing came to $197 and then made this move back. And normally, if this was an account where all I just needed was profit, I would have closed it maybe somewhere around 1 to 3. I would have closed it with that profit. But because of the fact that I'm trying to cross a challenge, and it came this close. Most times, if it comes as close as 197 and you are going to 200, it might make a pullback and to complete that move to 200. But the thing from $197 up here came as low as $20. I was almost freaking out, but I knew that I'm not supposed to interfere with the trade. I'm supposed to just leave it and let it run. As long as my direction is correct, I don't have anything to worry about. The only condition I'm to interfere with the trade is when market is about to close. I don't want to leave my trade overnight because if I leave trade overnight, I will not sleep. I'll just breaking up every time, check, have I hit TP, have not hit TP, I'll put my head to sleep. Before 30 minutes, I'll wake up again, have I hit TP. So I will not be able to sleep. And I didn't want that, so I just had to close it. It came up to $170 again, dropped again, came to this place, and I just had to close it with around 2 to 1, where the market closed around there. I can see that if I had decided to leave the trade to run, I'd eventually have hit TP, but it would have been around maybe 7 a.m. Yes, around 6 a.m. on Friday morning. And I'm not ready for that kind of stress. So I closed it with 2 to 1. Then on Friday, I expected that the price was going to continue higher. And I got a reason to take a buy trade from around this point. Yeah, I had my stop loss below here. And you can see how close the price came to my stop loss before it started moving. And I didn't want to gamble with NFP. I don't like trading during all this type of high impact events. You see, NFP, CPI, interest rate, that's the popular FOMC, the one that has interest rate, and maybe in some cases PPI. Those four events, I don't like being in the market when those events are happening because number one, you cannot easily determine the direction. I had a very strong conviction that this one will continue upwards, but you cannot determine the direction. That's number one. Number two, there must be slippage. There's nothing you can do about it. There must be slippage. Once you are wrong and you are maybe looking to close with $50 stop loss and the event had pushed this thing down, just rest. You will not see $50 to close. If you close with minus $200, you will be glad that you close with minus $200. That's how it is everywhere. Once there's an event, there must be slippage. Execution, there will be delayed execution and there will be slippage. So I didn't want to put myself under that stress because this is already phase two. I was already up 2%. So why should I now start trying to gamble the whole thing and end up losing the account or going down like 6%? It doesn't make sense. So that's the reason why I decided to exit this trade there with just about $30 or thereabouts. On Monday, I'll continue and hopefully I'll pass it on Monday. So that was how trading went with gold. So I'll just load up my MT5 accounts on both accounts, the ones I traded gold on and the one I traded pound USD on, so that we are going to see what it looks like. So this was the account I traded pound USD on, and you can see that it's bleeding. As in, it's bleeding. I couldn't even win one trade. This was on Monday, the trade that I said I closed at break even. This was Tuesday, the one I bought that the market turned on me and it stopped loss. You can see that $45. This was Wednesday, Thursday. It was just bleeding. And then on Friday, I decided to take this gold trade because it was very bullish and I believed that it would make that move up. But it made the move up, but it didn't make it at the time that I was actively trading it. So it's still fine. I ended up losing $243, almost 5% of my account. So you can imagine from 4.5% up last week, today I lost 5%, and I'm in a drawdown of about $0.7 or thereabouts. You can see my balance here is $4,960. So I ended up closing pound USD account in drawdown from 4.5% up. But the good part is that next week would come and next week would become very good and I could pass the challenge next week. So that's that for this account. And this is the account that I traded gold on. I see that I didn't really take much trades. I had passed phase 1 on Tuesday, so I've deleted the account already. Then I got the account on Tuesday. You can see the deposit of $5,000. That was on Tuesday. Then I took these 2 Euro USD trades just to cross minimum trading days of day 1, day 2. This one was Thursday, the one that I said I closed 2 to 1. Then this was Friday, the one that I had to close before NFP. So right now my account on the gold account is trading 5,131. So I'm looking for about $70, which is maybe 1.3% or thereabouts to be done with phase 2. And I believe I can achieve that on Monday. We'll see how it goes anyways. And I get my funded account on Tuesday. So we see how everything plays out. I believe that I can turn the other account from loss back into profit. I haven't passed phase 1 on that one. I believe that I'll pass phase 2 on this one too within this week that we are going into. So that's going to be all for this summary. I think it's important to note that in this market, what I've just shown you now, this is normal. You can be up today, tomorrow you'll be down. As long as when you are winning more than you are losing. So for example, when I was winning on pound USD, say I was winning an average of $150. All the losses I took, you can see all of them are at an average of $50. So I had a very bad losing streak this week. Losing streak happens in the market. But when I will have a winning streak, I could win like 3-4 in a row, and all those 4 will give me $150 minimum each. Take my gold account for an example. When I'm losing like $50. But when I'm winning $250. So before I will win 2 trades, that means I will need to lose 10 trades to completely lose the 2 trades that I've won. And what I just that I will lose 10 consecutive trades is most unlikely. So that's the reason why you have to make sure that your winners are always more than your losers. Anybody that is showing you that is just making only profit, and the person is selling maybe a signal service or a course, you don't know what is going on if you're in the free group. You have to actually pay before you see that what has happened there happens to everybody. Yes, once you have money, you can scale up and you risk more, but it doesn't take away the fact that you also take losses too, and large losses at that. As long as when you are winning, what you are winning is more than what you lose when you are losing, you are good, you don't have any problem. So that's going to be all. I thank you for tuning in. If you find this video very helpful, do well to subscribe to the channel. Yes, do well to subscribe to the channel. Support the channel by subscribing. And to get updates on my trading activities within the week, you have to subscribe to my Telegram channel, because that's where I drop all my updates. When I'm taking a trade, I always update it there. When I'm exiting a loss or profit or whatever I'm doing, I update it there, because I can't always update on YouTube. That's going to be all for now. Thank you for watching till this time, and do have yourself a lovely weekend. Goodbye.